What's up, guys? Zanara here, and today I wanted to talk about the cards that were revealed for Lyrical during the festival set of 2025. So I'll just be talking about the cards and what decks they'll be played in, and a little bit of my thoughts for each of them. Just not much more I want to say about them, since some of these cards are pretty easy to understand in concept of why they was made, and I just want to give my 2 cents for each one of them. So, without further ado, let's get started. So this is the double R of the set. Watch your step. Moria, Moria. So I believe she has two abilities. So one of them is auto rigor circle. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked or boosted. If a drive check was performed during the battle, your rigor attacked this turn. You put two of your regards in the same column as this unit into your soul and perform one of the following. You could choose a grade 2 or less normal unit without sentinel from your soul and put it to your hand. And the second part is cost counterblast. Choose a grade 3 normal unit from your soul and put it into your soul from your soul and put it to your hand. And the second ability is act soul. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, bind this card. Choose a normal unit without sentinel from your drop. Put it at the bottom of your deck, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets +5 as a power to the end of turn. So this card is really good in only two decks at the moment, which is Michu and Sharmo, which that was the intended purpose of this card. The fact that the first part of the ability is when you Rigard drive checks, both Sharmo and Michu allow your Rigards to drive check, which in Michu is just Nukino. And in Sharmo, she chooses one of her Lavor sisters and gives them a drive check, so you're able to not only refuel your soul, especially it's important in Sharmo to refuel your soul. You could also choose a grade 2 or less normal unit and add it back to your hand, which is why a lot of the Sharmo players were using high 5 plus this grade 2 from Blackwing to be able to get cards from your soul and to be able to just keep recycling back your important units that you want, as well as this card allows you to get Persona rights back or any other normal grade 3 unit that you play in this deck. So if you do put it into the soul from some effect, like Sharmo does have a grade 3 that they do use that goes into the soul, you can also re-get that back. I don't think CB is super heavy in Sharmo, so you're able to actually use this to its fullest capabilities to just recycle cards you want. In the second part of the ability, you can prevent yourself from decking out, which Michu did have a slight problem doing that, but also with Sharmo, you're able to actually activate White Wing with this card because you bind it, and also you choose one of your Vanguards to give it +5,000 power to the end of the turn, meaning it's a card that you don't really lose any value if you randomly soul charge it or use their effect to give Sharma even more power. So this is like a really good card for both of them. Now I haven't thought about this in Herminia at all because you can technically use this with Herminia. I just don't think it's that good of a card to be trying to play it in. Even if you do use the act skill to prevent like deck out, like the deck doesn't really need this. No other deck can really use that at the moment since most decks don't have a rear guard that drive checks, but still a pretty cool and strong card for both Michu and Sharma. Next, this is a generic triple R for all of Lyrical, which is Blossoming Ballad Dragon Fubloom. Yeah. So it has two abilities, which is continuous Rigor Circle or Guard Circle. This unit gets Intercept and 5,000 shield. And the second ability is Auto, once turn. When this unit attacks the Vanguard, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost eligible at 3, this unit gets 5 as a power to the end of battle. And at the end of that battle, choose the one of your rear guard to return to hand. If either your damage zone has 4 or more cards or your Persona roll this turn, choose the 2 instead of 1. This card is really good because not only does it have shield, it can be used as an interceptor, so it's basically like a grade 2, but you can't call it on grade 2, you can just only call it on grade 3. It has some defensive capabilities as well, and its other effect, when it attacks, you're able to just mid battle phase bounce something and it gets 5k, so it's an 18k attacker. And Again, it's like a Yuika, but it doesn't cost soul, it costs energy. So I can see a lot of decks playing this, especially as a grade 3 that you can fetch from Velos or any other deck that just searches for grade 3s as well. Lufa could also use this because it is a grade 3. And it is just, I think it's just a really good card because you're able to just bounce one card in a different column. It doesn't say you need to return only normal units. If you call something like a PG or a crit from an effect, you can essentially just bounce it back. It uses energy, which some decks are high on energy, and some decks don't use any energy at all. And this says choose one of your rear guards, so you can even return this to hand. So in something like Felty Rosa, if you do have this, it could just be an 18k swing, or 28 on Persona, and you can just bounce it back, and it's a good energy sink. As well as it does interact with your ghost mechanic, but I still think it's a good card. You're able to return other ghost units as well, or if you call your PG, you can just bounce it back without having to play Yuika or something like that. But this card I can see really going up when it comes to later viability or any other generic deck, because you're essentially able to return 2 on Persona Ride, or 1. But Energy Blast 3 to return 2 is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a really good card, and it is worth being a triple R. Are you struggling to find cards or sleeves for your deck? Well, I got a website for you. 50 Cards is a TCG website that ships all over the world. One of the best places for your trading card needs. Without 50 Cards, I wouldn't be able to have these amazing, beautiful looking cards in great condition in my hands. What are you waiting for? Head over to the shop and use the code Zenarion for a 5% discount for your TCG items at checkout. Use the referral link in the description below. While you're at it, hit a like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Happy shopping. Lastly, we have our ace unit, Artemis Atava. I do not know how I said the first two, but let's go over it. So you can only play one of this card of your deck because it's an ace unit, and its unique skill, which you can only use once per fight. Auto, when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, other than during your battle phase, this unit gets plus 5,000 to the end of turn. Then you get Energy Bot 3, draw a card, and choose one in Regards, and it gets the red text auto ability of Rigor Circle. At the end of the turn, you may return this unit to your hand until the turn. And the second auto ability is when it attacks, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 to the end of battle. And if 2 or more Regards is placed during this turn, this unit gets additional plus 5,000 to the end of battle. So I think first I want to talk about the unique skill. I think the unique skill is fine. It's basically like if you played in G, it's basically like a Labrador skill, the grade 4 Labrador, where you're able to just choose 2 of your Prism Rearguards and bounce them at the end of turn, and they get plus 5k. I don't believe you draw, but the draw is really good too, because it's essentially like an on-place Energy Blast 3 to draw. And you can choose one of your rearguards and return the hand at the end of turn. It's basically like a main phase pressure, but you don't need to Persona Ride for it, which is really good. There are a lot of decks that can actually tech this in. There's decks that can search this. I know Pacifica can search it. If you dig hard enough, or any mermaid deck, because this is technically a mermaid, I believe it should be a mermaid, so you can just play Apple to search it as well and to dig for it. I think the unique skill is okay. It could be a little bit better. I was hoping for something like a counter charge or something. I guess Lyrical's is not getting generic counter charge as good, but I think it's still a really good unique skill to have in your deck. As for the second ability, I think almost every deck has this like generic power up. This was a little easier to fulfill because placing 2 rearguards, 2 or more rearguards. I think she counts as 1 and you just call something else. Now it's 2, and now you have a 20k attacker, which is not bad. It's just a free 20k attacker as long as you can call this and like something else. And Lyrical's all about calling cards anyway. As for like the origins of like Bermuda, likes just calling cards and bouncing them back. as for decks that can use this, I think almost every deck can use this. There are some decks that don't have this space or don't necessarily need it. I'm not 100% sure. There is like a list going around about which lyrical decks can use this. I think it's more so correct, but I think almost every deck can use this if you add space into it. At this point, when it comes to like generics, I think Lyrical'S and Ace is starting to become more reliant on them because of how few support we're getting currently, like dedicated support other than just from promos. But overall, what did you guys think about these new cards that were from Festival 2025? I think all these cards are really, really good in their own right. I wish the double R wasn't just so focused on 2. I was hoping for like more of a generic one, but our generic triple R is really good. That is basically just an on attack Yuika instead. That it has the same shoot, just can't use early game. So, without further ado, I'm Zenarion, and I'm signing off.